Y'all ready for this? Do.
Remind me, are we allowed to show nipples on this show?
Oh, hey there, beer tubers! Welcome back to the very special third anniversary episode of Beer Analysis 101 with your host Maxwell Starr, and we're doing something super duper special this week in honor of the occasion, which is Firestone Walker's 2019 Sucaba Vintage Barrel-Aged Barley Wine. Oh, yeah. Anyway, so without further ado, let's introduce who we have here tonight with us, starting with Mr. Ashley Sexnomicron. How you doing tonight, sir?
Doing great. Thanks for having me. Yeah, should be an awesome beer. Should be an awesome night. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem. And also the very founder of Beer Analysis 101 and also the proprietor of High Tide Imbibe, Mr. Lee. How you doing tonight, sir?
Straight out of low cash, crazy motherfucker named Gusto. Fucked your wife because the bitch is a big hoe. Fuck your sister, I fucked your cat. Want to fuck your mama, but the bitch was too fat. Doing good.
Moving along to Mr. Greg, who is the tied for the current champion of most Beer Analysis 101's attended, because he's attended every single one since the beginning.
Yay! And it's gonna be that way. So just decides to be an asshole and get some local beer that I cannot get. And it's like down the street from him, and they made 2 bottles, and Nick got one of the bottles, and that's it.
And I sent it to everybody else except for you.
Oh, you bastard! You know what? I gotta say, I like Lee when he was on Hoogly Beer Reviews. That was really where he hit his stride, and then he's been selling out ever since.
Right. Anyway,
sorry, it had to be said.
And Chris, Mr. Off the 10th, how you doing tonight, sir?
Good, thank you. Thanks for having me. I'm excited to participate in the anniversary of this wonderful show. And first and foremost, I want to say thanks to Nick for sending the beer that we're about to do today in our beer trade that we did. Awesome, good of you for picking it up. Thank you.
No problem, sir. I think I might have had a hand in everybody here that got the beer.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did, sir. Thank you.
Because you had it cheap over there. That's why.
Yeah, I did. They went on clearance at NB Liquor for $10 a bottle, $9.78 or something like that. So, and I noticed there's one comment in there that I'm going to read right now. We'll go to the rest later. But I see that rating on your parade, or our loyal viewer, one viewer. Reading on your parade says he's opening a bottle of Sucaba 2019. This is basically the same stuff we got. On this middle occasion, he paid $10.99 in price and sticker on the box. Cheers and thank you for all you beer tubers. Awesome. Thank you, Rating on your parade. And yeah, you paid more than we did. Well, actually,
US too.
That's US price. Well, to be fair, these were originally $20 when they first showed up here, so it's still pretty friggin' expensive. No wonder they didn't sell them on clearance. That said, there's still some up for purchase. I can go get more if I really wanted to, but I don't know. Anyway, moving right along, let's go over to Le Beer Histoire. And I'll add that comment. And so Firestone Walker was founded in 1996 by British-born David Walker and his American brother-in-law, Adam Firestone, who is the great-great-grandson of Harvey Firestone, the founder of Firestone Tire Company. The brewery initially started in a converted shed on the Firestone family vineyard in Los Olivos, California. The brewery's logo represents each of the founders, which is David the lion and Adam the bear. So the first beer the pair brewed together is their English-style double barrel ale, which is still produced today by the brewery. Firestone Walker purchased the former SLO Brewing Company and moved to its current home of Paso Robles in 2001. The brewery is one of the few commercial breweries in the world still actively using a Burton Union fermentation system at a commercial level, a British-style recirculating fermentation system using interconnected wooden barrels. So it's kind of cool. They actually use like a large-scale wooden barrel fermenter. Firestone Walker has focused on sustainability as well, with a 9.7-acre solar array capable of generating 80% of the brewery's energy needs throughout the year. And in 2015, Firestone Walker sold to Belgium's Duvel Morgat conglomerate, who are the makers of Duvel, Maritsu, and the Schoof beers, as well as they own fellow U.S. breweries Ommegang and Boulevard. Other beers from Firestone Walker include the double barrel ale, which we mentioned. They also have Union Jack West Coast IPA, Easy Jack IPA, Luponic Distortion series of IPAs, Double Jack double IPA, the Merlin series of stouts, which includes the oatmeal, which is the Velvet Merlin, Nitro Merlin, which is the milk stout, Mocha Merlin, and more. And of course, they've got their Parabola Imperial Stout, Sticky Monkey American Strong Ale, and they got that big beefy anniversary ale, which I should have read the details on it, but I don't even sure if they still make it. But I know when they did, it was kind of like a combination of all their high-end beers together, which is actually got something to do with Sucaba because, for example, the 2019 version of Sucaba is a 11.3% ABV, 34 IBU, English-style barley wine, aged for 1 year on American bourbon barrels. Don't worry, it's not COVID. And bottled in January 2019. Only 6,000 cases were produced. Originally, this stuff was called a Bacchus, with its name since changed to avoid legal dispute with a local winery. Sucaba, which is a Bacchus backwards, was first brewed in 2006 as a component in their anniversary ale, which I was just previously talking about, and was first bottled starting in 2010. And they've at least released it every year since 2014. I don't know if it was Prison 11. I couldn't find information for that because it was, well, I didn't have a lot of time. Anyway, without further ado, let's get over to there's the comments, and I hate to volunteer them again, but do you want to read them, Ash?
I'm having internet issues with my computer, so I don't have Facebook open.
I'll do it.
Sorry,
cool.
dude.
Thanks, Lee. No worries. Worries, dude.
Facebook. There's no Facebook comments.
No, it's the YouTube.
Oh, sorry. You know what I mean. Fuck. You know what I mean.
All right. So we have Basement Jamie saying cheers, Ray, on your parade, and he says cheers back. And then Basement says, gotta go. It's Limp Bizkit Wednesday. They're streaming an acoustic concert on MySpace. Oh God.
On MySpace.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? Sad part is that Limp Bizkit, even on MySpace, is going to get more viewers than this is. And that makes me sad.
I'm not sure if that's really that sad, Nick. He is
It is Limp Bizkit, I guess. Fred Durst, he does like to break stuff.
At least your biscuit's not limp.
Oh.
That we know of.
Oh.
For shizzle.
My dizzle. All right, so I'm going to take Lee off the screen here. Let's go. Actually, I'm going to skip right over to Mr. Ashley, who, even though you're having internet issues, have you ever had Sucaba before? Or go ahead and talk about any experience you had with Firestone Walker in general.
I think the only time I've actually had it was at the bottle share 3 years ago now at on the 10th.
Was it 3 years?
Did we not have it? Huh?
Yeah, it was 3 years ago because last year we didn't have. This year
Yeah,
we had
nothing, right? So yeah.
The year before was Welland, and then the year
It's
before.
technically 2 years, but yeah, 3.
Well, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, whatever. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah, there it is.
But yeah, I mean, other than that, I've never even seen this on the shelves in our area or anything like that. You know, so very happy to have it. And again, thank you to Nick. And but yeah, other than that, my history with Firestone Walker or any of their beers is nil. Zilch.
Oh,
Nothing. Really? Nothing. I got nothing.
Alrighty, so let's move over to Lee. What's your history with Firestone Walker?
I've had 3 other beers in the past. I've had the 2013 edition of this beer, thanks to our friend Average Joe sent that to me. I've had their Parabola as well, and I've also had their Double DBA, which is their ESB. And man, I wish it was a brewery that was available to me all the time, because they really do sort of go in hard on sort of like traditional British styles. And of course, they put a bit of an American spin on it, but they generally stick to tradition pretty well. So, yeah, like I said, the 2013 had it that year. So here we've got like a year cellared, quote unquote. So it'll be interesting to see the difference. And also the 2013 was like 12.5%, so more alcohol than this year's edition. So
Yeah, I think even like earlier bottlings were like 13.5, so it's kind of been dropping a little bit over the last few years. But all right, let's move over to Greg, who I imagine you probably had a few of the Firestone Walker's beers before, haven't you?
Well, I mean, I probably had the same ones most of you guys have had, because the only two Firestone beers I've had is this and Sticky Monkey, which, judging by the date, I believe I had at the bottle share in 2017. And so I had that. It's a strong ale, 13%. Gave it a 9 out of 10, so I guess it's good. Then I've had 2016 vintage of this at, I believe, 18 bottle share at Klizak's house. And then I've had a bottle of this before, because I got 2 bottles that I paid Nick for, so it actually worked out better for Nick. Yeah, I actually did him a favor by paying him for them. So
Yeah, thanks.
yeah, you're welcome, Nick, anytime. So this is technically my 4th bottle of Firestone-ish beers I've had. And
Hi, Agnes.
he's in the background trying to calm the idiot dog down.
Yeah, Arnold's been pretty quiet right now.
That's because I mute him when I know he's going to bark. Okay.
Nice. All right, Chris, what's your history? You must have had a few Firestones.
I thought she was going to start crawling on the floor, like what's in the fridge, Dad, and get underneath and start.
Nobody is there we go. Yeah.
On camera, Jesus Christ, no.
yeah, this is a Greg's beer reviews.
And it's actually
different,
Greg,
Greg.
which is even funnier.
Mm.
Remember back in 2019, good old days, or even before that, when I was able to travel so far, 10 minutes away over the border, where all the Firestone Walker stuff was being distributed over at Wegmans, Tops, brewed and bottled, over at Consumer Distributed. They're all over there. I've had a ton of stuff from Firestone Walker. They are one of my favorite breweries, and I really enjoy having, like, I used to enjoy going over the board, especially at Wagner's and stuff, and seeing stuff in the mix 6 from Firestone Walker. I'm just like, wow. I'm like diving all over these things. I've had everything except the one beer I have never had from Firestone Walker was the Parabola, and I wish I could find it right now, but I can't. Obviously, can't go over there, but especially when the winter's coming up, and I know it's going to be released again. But I've had a ton. I've had the Merlins. I've had all kinds of the hazy stuff. I've had this year's version of Sucaba, the 2019, not recently, but I had it. Actually, I had it in the fridge for a long time. I was gonna say, I brought it over. Go ahead.
Sorry. No, just telling it the way. Sorry.
And then I was like, I was gonna save it to do an actual review on it, but then I brought it over to my cousin's house, and he's never had anything for Firestone Walker, so I'm like, let's have the 2019 Sucaba, and we loved it. And yeah, I've had a bunch of stuff from them. I wish they got some more distribution over here in Canada, but it is what it is, right? So, yeah, like I said, I've had a ton of stuff from these guys. These guys are top notch. They're good.
Don't you worry, gentle Klizak. The borders will reopen soon enough.
Yeah, like I'm going to run over there anytime soon.
Oh, come on. You'll drive. We know.
Oh, you're probably right.
Yeah.
Take a kayak.
Take a kayak over. All right. Yeah. When it comes to me, though, one of my history with Firestone Walker, I think probably ever since I saw the first review of something from Firestone Walker over on Lee's channel, it was like a beer that I really wanted to try. And I finally got my chance to try something from Firestone Walker way back at the original Albino Rhino Beer Fest when we sampled Firestone 16, which is their 16th anniversary ale. Lee was at the same fest, so he probably had it too. What else did I have? I had a 2011 Parabola. I had a 15, which I think Jesse, my Heist Almighty, had. I have the first version of Luponic Distortion. I had Easy Jack, thanks to Ewart. Double Barrel Ale, also thanks to Ewart. Pale 31. I had Sticky Monkey 2014. That was with Greg, Chris, and Joe, I think. I think Joe brought that one up. I think we let quarter of the bottle go to waste because Chad didn't want to drink it.
I remember that. Yeah, that's right. That's the knife incident, right?
Yeah. No, you're right. And finally, I had the 2016 Sucaba on the 10th bottle share 3 seasons ago, and I gave that one a 4.5. So yeah, so here we are with number 19, and so far so good. So I don't think we've actually got any viewers right now, or not viewers. We have 4 viewers. Let us know.
Yay.
Hi. We don't have any more new comments. I guess we could probably talk about this Limp Bizkit concert on MySpace.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Did anybody do any filming or any pre-filming of this?
You know what's accurate? That is accurate, and I've been totally slipping my mind because I
I'm
get
so
in these
goddamn
things.
smart.
And I better introduce him, otherwise he's going to get mad. So without further ado, let's go over to our buddy, Redeered.
That's super quiet.
Congratulations on being the culmination of the starting beer analysis. Made it all the way to 3 years.
Greg, meet your dog.
How loud was that?
That was not loud at all.
Okay, let me find out what happened.
Ash, you're muted.
Turn off fire. Maybe it's because Firefox was turned down my milling mixer. All right, let's try playing that again.
What be going down, people of the
Is that better?
analysis?
Okay.
I was supposed to be here in person, but life is stupid. Thank you so much for this beer, Nick, and extra congratulations on being the culmination of you starting beer analysis, and you made it all the way to 3 years. Woo!
Whoop, 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 whoop. All right, and let's go to his history.
I have never had this before. Never even had really that many barley wines in my life. They're a style that's really hit or miss for me, so I don't even know what's going to happen with this. I don't know if I've even ever had anything by this brewery before in my life until now. So let's see what happens and stuff.
Sounds fun.
You know, if he blows this shit up with firecrackers like he did fucking Thor's hammer, I'm gonna go to North Bay and strangle him to death.
That's very fair.
You're not wrong. All right. Well, I'm not really ready to give my thoughts yet.
I can
talk about.
Why don't we let Ashley Sexton go and then we can all copy him?
That's true. You ready, Ash?
Lee's ready to go, he said.
Lee's ready to go. Let Lee go.
All right.
Yeah, so having this, not as fresh as the 2013 that I had. Of course, I don't know what the subsequent editions from 2013 were like. I don't know if they've drastically changed anything. I suspect they really didn't. So this is fairly consistent with the 2013. Having a year cellaring, it's definitely smoothed out a bit. The 2013, even though it was higher in alcohol, it was really not like hot or anything like that. Like you could not get the alcohol at all. And I find that's basically the same with this. Like I'm not getting any warmth. I'm not getting any real alcohol stringency or anything like that. It's much more just the actual flavors, both from the bourbon barrel that kind of gives you that traditional British flavor. Like in my original review, I speculated how much of this is just the beer and how much of this is the barrel. Because you're getting all those traditional dark fruits. You're getting like your figs, your dates, your plums, your raisins, all that kind of stuff that you kind of get from a traditional British barley wine. Maybe even a little tad bit of marmalade. I know that pisses some people off out there. Massive Matt. But I do get a little touch of that too. And with all the Firestone Walker beers, a little bit of coconut. But this is smoothed out after a year in the cellar, so it's much more blended, I find. It's much more molasses in character if you just drink on it a little bit. And there's like an innate little bit of spiciness I was sort of getting on the tip of my tongue. Don't know what that is. I don't know if that's the alcohol. I don't know if that's just some other characteristic of the beer. Either way, I really like it. It's really good. It goes down super smooth. Nice upper medium to full body on this sucker. Finishes nice and dry. And I have no complaints with it. It is, it's definitely in the sort of British style. It doesn't have the sort of American tendency to hop the fuck out of one of these things, which I appreciate. And, going by the sort of traditional British barley wine standards, I would give this a 9.5 out of 10.
Wow.
And my overall enjoyment, you can't get much better. Honestly, I'd go 9.5 out of 10 as well on my enjoyment of this. This is really great stuff. It drinks so easy. It's incredibly dangerous. And, cheers.
Wow. Alrighty.
Cheers.
Cheers, Lee. You ready, Ash?
Sure. I'm drinking this on an empty stomach. I just got home from work, so
Perfect beer for that.
perfect beer for this.
Meal in
Right?
itself. Come on.
What could possibly go wrong, right? What could possibly go wrong,
Smoke and join at the same time. You'll be fine.
right?
And I hit some edible brownies after this.
Oh God, no, Jesus. Okay, so
And then Viagra.
so on the nose, I'm just getting a whole crap ton of barrel, tons of bourbon, tons of vanilla, getting some like burnt toffee, some like butterscotch, like just burnt caramelized sugars. There's a nice smooth roundedness to the aroma itself. It's just sort of like it just makes a nice bouquet. And on the sip, this is probably where the empty stomach is coming in. I do get a little bit of warming. It's not overly aggressive with the alcohol, but and it's probably I didn't properly cellar this since I've had it. It's just sort of just been sitting out room temperature, so I'm drinking this very, very warm as well. I do get a little bit of chest warming. I do get a little alcohol on the sip, but the malt, like the chocolate, the caramel, the burnt toffee, all of that stuff sort of nicely rounds it out, hides it very well. A very delightful beer. To Lee's point, I do appreciate that this is it's moderately bittered in the English style and not overly hopped with like sea hops and stuff like that, like American barley wines. I would, if I were to overly critique this, I would prefer the barrel dialed back a little bit more, and then the malt sort of shining a little bit, because I get a heavy dose of vanilla. I get a touch of that coconut that's coming through from the barrel, but I mean overall this is a very fantastic beer. Really, to give it any faults would just be nitpicking it, just for the sake of nitpicking, which at the end of the day, I mean, I'm thoroughly enjoying this on the empty stomach. This will be my new dinner. Why not? So for personal preference, I'm going to give this I'm going to go 9.5 for both preference and style. I think this is an immaculate representation of the style, and it's very well crafted. So again, thanks, Nick, and cheers to all you fuckers, and cheers to 3 years, or however long this has been. Whatever.
Cheers, Ashley.
Oh, however long, I don't know.
Anyway, Greg,
Hello.
I want to hear from you.
Yeah, I'm going to tank the score. We're gonna find out. You gotta listen to me find out. I'm not a traditional fan of barley wine. There are some I like, and this happens to be one of them. I do like this one. I taste all the same flavors that Ashley does, so there's no reason to repeat myself. Right down to that thing he said, exactly that. Good work, Ashley. Thanks for helping me out there, buddy. And it's not much to say. I mean, it's not overly sweet. I find some barley wines can be too sweet, and some can just be not sweet at all, and they can go one end of the spectrum to the other. And this one's nice in the middle. I do think, from my limited knowledge of barley wines, that this one is more traditional than Beard of Zeus, but I do like Beard of Zeus more. So go figure. That's kind of my benchmark of where a good barley wine is. Not that there's not other good ones. I don't have much else to say about it. It's really good. It's a great beer, and it's going to be 9 all around for me. Not really that there's anything wrong with it. I've had other barley wines I do prefer. So to me, it's really up there. There's few I prefer, but that's it, 9-9. So I guess I am tanking the scores because I'm the lowest score so far.
Oh, damn it, Greg.
Sorry, Nick.
It's all right. Still love you. Sort of. Not that way. All right, Chris.
I'm quite disappointed in Greg's knowledge of his barley wines. Just
You
kidding.
should be.
This is my second favorite barley wine that I've had this year. Actually, probably out of all the barley wines I've ever had in my illustrious YouTubing career. I think that this beer is vinous for sure. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of grapes from this beer, and I'm getting a lot of barrel as well. Lee nailed this one on the head. And when he said that this is a dangerous beer, this is a 100% dangerous beer. This is 11.3% alcohol. Ash is getting a little bit of an alcohol burn, a little bit of a chest warming and a stomach warming, only because he hasn't eaten anything. If he had eaten after work or whatever and then came back to have this beer, he would not be feeling anything from the alcohol strength. They hide it so well in this beer, which kind of reminds me, and this is the reason why this is my second favorite, because Greg already nailed it too earlier. Bière de Zeus is just a touch better than this one, just in my own personal opinion and my own personal preference. But
my own opinion?
Yeah, sure. But both of those styles, both Great Lakes and Firestone Walker, they hide the alcohol so well. They traditionally, I want to say, they traditionally make this well. Like I've had Sucaba a couple times. I've had a ton of Bière de Zeus's, and they've always been consistent from the first beer, from the first bottle till now. They're fantastic in their style, and I think this one is a great example of a wonderful barley wine. And I'm glad that the people in the States, and sometimes once in a while, obviously Nick knows this, that it comes up in Canada where you can get this beer. And if you haven't had this one from Firestone Walker, especially any viewers who are in the States, grab this when you can, whenever you can find it. At least grab one, maybe even two. Let one sit for a bit, have one fresh, and you're not going to be disappointed with this beer whatsoever. So with that being said, for style, I'm giving this one a 9.5 out of 10. It's almost perfect to the style. I don't know how much more perfect it could be, but for me, I find that Bière de Zeus is perfect to the style on this one. It's a little bit different. This one has a little bit more sweetness to it, and that's why I'm kind of bringing it down that half point. But whatever, it's great. It's fantastic. My own personal preference on this one. This one's a 9.5 out of 10 all day, every day. From the first time I had this one in 2019 and the ones previous back on the 10th bottle share and all that stuff, it's fantastic. So 9.5 both sides. Wow. And personal preference. It's great.
Damn.
Get out there, try it if you can.
Yeah. Wow. All right. Let's go over to a digital representation of Redbeard here.
Ooh.
Shit. All right.
Here come the fireworks.
Yeah, blow it up.
Yeah, the ratings. Yeah, here comes the firecracker in the bottle.
The digital version is no less horrifying.
Right.
This is kind of frightening. The smell was outrageous. I almost get like a crazy heavy candy apple smell off this. It smells great.
Oh, just gonna bring the scores down.
Malty, caramel, a little bit of booziness. That's very potentially the best barley wine I've ever had in my life, right there.
Remember, he's drinking this on an empty stomach too,
and he also hates barley wines.
I've had a lot, so I'm just going to go out in style. I'm going to say 10. That's
oh,
wow!
Yay!
9.5.
Damn, sons!
Look at that!
Yeah. Oh, we got potential for this one being the best beer on Beer Analysis.
No, because I sabotaged it with my wines.
I'm pretty sure you're right.
I love this beer. Thank you, Nick. Cheers, everybody, and enjoy the rest of the analysis.
Wow.
Redbeard's all grown up now.
And
That's what I was about to say.
At the end of the road, we've got another special guest here.
He's all grown up.
Jamie.
thank you for including me on your review night. This is Barley Wine. I won't go in depth into coconuts, bourbon-soaked raisins, vanilla, all the things that Ashley Sexton has already said. I've never had it before. Would gladly buy it again, all day, every day. 4.75 all around, and thank you for including me in your, what is this, the 1000 EA 101, and your 18th year on YouTube.
Feels like it.
Definitely buy the Firestone Sucaba. It's very good.
Firestone
for a barley wine, and
Sucaba.
I would recommend it. Did I say coconuts? Oh, it's got all the coconut.
That's funny. We actually said coconut too. So.
That's fucking.
It must be true.
9.5s all around too.
Yeah. You said you did clarify later on saying that 4.75. He did mean out of 5. So I'm gonna double that and put it as 10.
Wow, Nick, you're good.
10 and a 9.5. So, all right. So
Nick, don't bring it down, okay? No, I'm just kidding. Whatever. Do what you want.
I am going to say that this thing is super chewy. Coffee and caramel coming up the zoo. Touch of vanilla in there. Dusty cocoa with a lot of milk chocolate coming out with some raisins. It's very smooth. Subtle oaky, earthy finish to it. The alcohol on this thing is well hidden for 11.3%. This is completely dangerous. Absolutely dangerous. It's sweet, but not super sweet like a lot of barley wines are. I think it's a little bit dialed back as far as sweetness goes. So it's just so good. Definitely more like a true British barley wine than an American strong ale or something. Like very, very well made, very good representation of the style. I feel like it's a little bit thinner than I remember on the one that I had earlier this year. Like maybe the age is kind of taking a little bit away from it, but I can't fault it too much for that. I think overall, my style, it's definitely a 9.5. Overall enjoyment, just because I feel like it's a little thinner. Maybe I should have kept this in the fridge for 6 months or something like that. But I'm going to give it a 9.25.
Oh.
Yes, and I know I'm bringing it down with Greg.
You son of a...
Yeah, Nick.
I still think that's going to be a very, very high rating, so I'm not...
Yeah.
I got to stick to my guns. I'm like, I don't feel like this is as good as the last bottle I had.
We were all afraid that Red Beaver was going to bring it down anyway, so it really doesn't matter.
That's true. Yeah, we're golden.
All right.
Yeah, we already dodged the bullet. So let's get back into comments while you're amassing the scores here. So Rating Iron Parade says, first time having this beer, digging the extra chocolate and the bourbon barrels. Great stuff. And I'm glad that Rating on Your Parade and both Ashley brought up the chocolate thing when they did. Like, that's what I'm sort of getting aftertaste. Like I said, molasses, but that was like, sort of initial sip. And then like in the finish, it comes out more chocolatey, especially, with an aged bottle like this. Pretty good. Then we move on to Ewart, who says, it is truly great and in the top 3 of the long-produced BA barley wines in the U.S. Barrel-aged barley wines, of course. And then he says, some earlier vintages have been far superior to the 19, in my humble opinion. And I will concede that to Ewart. He's no doubt had them. Like I said, I haven't had anything since the 2013. So I'm only going on my knowledge of that and this, But and it might very well be that they've had some like really great years where it's been just mind-blowing 10 out of 10 bullshit, kind of thing. And then we move on to Rating on Your Parade, and he says the 16-ounce bottle version would have been better if they were releasing these in 16-ounce. And potentially, yes, I would say, yeah, but I'm actually of the thought that when a brewery is like releasing something this big, it's probably better that they keep it in like a smaller bottle. Don't go any higher. Don't go any higher than 500 milliliters at the most.
Yeah, I like the size of these bottles. I feel like
I couldn't agree more.
55. If they were to make this too big, it'd be also very expensive.
I disagree. Get a keg and drink it yourself.
I mean, you're already dressed for that shit. I mean, that's the kind of dress I expect when you got the fucking hose like just jacked up your nose and you're just sipping the beer at this point.
And my bottle is completely gone, and I was holding back. Yeah, this is a very dangerous beer. You can.
Well, I have
You really can't taste the alcohol at all.
No, it's fucking fantastic.
Is it just me, or is Greg all ready for his entrepreneurial power hour?
I mean, he's dressed for it.
Well, hold on. Okay, hold on. Oh, there we go, guys. Yeah, now I'm professional.
Yeah, did you find a pickle up there?
Yeah, I know.
You have to find some dumb look on your face and just hold it for a few seconds so we can screenshot it.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I don't think Greg can actually do a smile as creepy as Chris Peters' smile.
I think you have to have a natural.
Impossible.
All right, I'm working on the.
Like you would have to be like a sinister fucking ventriloquist doll to get that sort of smile, and that's kind of what Chris Peters is. It's a sinister ventriloquist doll, you know.
It's
and even still, that means he has someone's hand up his ass, which really isn't out of the realm of possibility.
3 mazes.
Unfortunately, it's not a hand; it's just his own head.
Oh.
Almost like, not that I'm accusing Peters of anything, but it's almost like you have to be the kind of person that's inclined to violate someone against their will, or be violated against your will.
Yeah,
to be honest with you, if Chris Peters had a ventriloquist dummy, it would just be a potato.
It would look like representation.
And Ash would be like, "You're a potato," and he'd be like, "Yeah." Ash would be like, "All right then," and then pet his guinea pig.
Hate pegging.
Now, I will say, now that I've almost finished my glass, it did come across, I think just as Nick said, it is a little bit thinner than I thought it was going to be. And it doesn't detract from the beer whatsoever, but I was expecting it to be like a heavy syrupy thing. And it actually comes across a little bit, and I don't know if this actually is, this is not bottle conditioned at all, but it actually has a spritziness on the tongue a little bit, almost like it's a bottle conditioned beer.
Yeah, I was saying it's like sort of like upper medium body is maybe you could say full, but I was kind of like hesitant to like go that far.
Yeah, I think you're completely correct with the upper medium body. Yeah, I mean the moment you think like double digit, it's going to be like heavy and thick and syrupy and stuff like that. But it's surprising too, like
the way beer has been going lately in the last few years, where I'm just having all these different IPA variations and shit like that. All of them just like are like lower medium body at the most. It's actually kind of like a little shock to the palate to have something that's actually this fucking thick, and even then it's only like upper medium bodied. It's like I haven't had like a super thick beer in years at all.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. No, it's true. So true.
Like THICC.
Yeah, it's a WAP, wet ass pussy.
Would I want this in a 16 ounce, another additional four ounces of booze or of barley wine? Yeah, you know what? It wouldn't be that bad. But when we were talking about price points and stuff like that, it probably would jump just for those 4 ounces. It would probably jump about $5.
They put a $30
33% increase in price when the thing was already $20 when it first showed up.
Yeah,
it would jump too high. But yeah, I have two. It's better to buy 2 of these small bottles for Nick's price point than buying one 16-ounce bottle.
Oh yeah, for like $10 more. That's fucking good.
Yeah,
I mean,
I did buy a bunch of these.
If I was gonna pay out, like if I was just gonna pay out my ass for this shit, I would just want to like go to Firestone Walker and get like a growler of this or something and just
go
fucking hog wild, Like, I mean, because that forces you to drink it.
Come at me Wednesday night. Come at me.
Yeah.
Come at me, bro.
Hey Nick, when you bought all these, did you clear out the liquor store or what?
No, there was still quite a few left, but they're pretty well all gone now. I think there's like one left or something according to inventory, which means there's nothing left over at KV store. And there's like 28 up in Fredericton, which is like the last place in New Brunswick that has it, which is that specialty store, which maybe I'll go up there some point and get some more of these, but I'm not going to go up to Fredericton just to get more of this because I've already had 3 bottles of it. I mean, I love it, and of course you would.
Well, if you happen to be
You don't
up,
have to cross the border to get it.
Nick, if you happen to be up there, let me know. I'll probably get you to grab me a few more bottles, and I'll even pay you for them.
Now, the ever important question, though, Nick, is how many of these do you have languishing in your cellar for the next 18 years before they see the light of day?
I got one left. That's it.
Oh, there you go.
That'll be done tonight.
I believe. Yeah, no, I haven't chilled it
See
down.
you in 2038.
So I had.
I was going to say,
I had a
until
few of them.
2040, young prince.
I had a few of them left. I just sent one to Lee. I drank one tonight. I have one left, and I think I gave one to the Sith. So it's for him to try.
How great is it that Lee just got it today? Like
Spread
Nick
the
got-
love, Nick.
Yeah, literally this afternoon. And I thought it'd be stuck in because it didn't say out for delivery. It said in transit from Halifax. So I'm glad it actually showed up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I woke up and there was a package waiting for me. I was like, oh, that's cool. That's cool shit. I actually had to scroll back through the fucking Facebook chat. It was like, see, you mentioned like, oh yeah, I sent one to Lee. Hopefully it shows up today. I was like, oh shit, okay, that's what that is. And then I opened it up.
Sure enough.
Nice.
It wasn't that bag of
Yeah,
dicks.
it was like one box, oversized box for one beer.
What's in that bag of
Yeah, I was
dicks?
like, this is a little light, so this must be one beer. Oh shit, it must be fucking Sucaba. He must have sent me a fucking Sucaba. That or he sent me like a fucking Molson XXX bullshit thing or whatever.
for our high gravity lager event.
I'll send you the new Moosehead with a like shaker or some series. I think like they have a mojito spritzer.
Oh my god.
Dry.
I know.
Molten dry,
I'm dreading drinking it. Anyway, let's get to the scores, which are pretty fucking good. This actually seals it. I think this is actually the highest rated beer on Beer Analysis 101.
Yeah, fuck you, MDG.
We finally unseated
But,
MGD.
I
I think MGD was already unseated by something. I think Solstice from Great Lakes Brewing was.
yeah,
I
Nick,
think
you gotta,
Solstice
you gotta look at Double Tempest. I think those might be higher than this.
Oh,
It's
really?
gonna be-
Oh,
so,
Craig, better check.
You know what? I think I have the graphics saved.
yeah, let's have a look. Well, actually, the thing is, I forget which is which. One of them has a higher style rating, and one of them has the highest overall rating between Double Tempest and Solstice. So
I take a look because I know we rated what was it last year? We rated Roquefort 10 at really high as well.
it didn't rate this high.
Yeah, I don't think it did. Someone shit on that one.
Probably red beer.
It was you, Chris. You.
I remember.
Might have been-
You tickling in your head.
You fucked up. Bring out your dead. So you're not one to talk.
I didn't fuck it up. I didn't fuck it up. The beer fucked it up.
No, it's fucked it up.
Yeah,
Okay.
you know, my palate was on point with that shit. That shit was infected. Anyways,
I apologize, Gentle Sexton.
it wasn't your fault. And you went above and beyond.
What was the other one? Double Tempest, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. We should have just taken my score out of it because it was sort of unfair.
Is this a graphic you have open in one of your 8,000
Okay,
tabs?
Solstice had a.
No, I have to find it. I have it in a folder on my desktop. I'm just
Oh, shit. It's gonna take forever.
Listen, Solstice had style 9.3 and overall 9.5.
Ooh.
So that gives it an overall
There's
9.4.
Double Tempest, 9 points. Yeah, I suppose if double Tempest is probably slightly higher.
So that is 9109. That is 9.545. And that one's 9.4. That's 9.4.
You know, as long as this shit beat fucking Miller Ginian Draft, I'm fine with it.
I think it did.
Yeah, I think
Exactly.
Genuine Draft really scored very high on like the style side of things, but in like overall enjoyment, it was like 7.3.
I loved it.
It
Yeah,
wasn't really
it
early.
really brought up the score on that one.
What?
So what was the score on today's one? It was 9.4 and 9.5.
Yeah, 9.5 and 9.4.
Oh, so that means barrel aged.
it's a
Double
tie.
Tempest wins.
Yeah, double Tempest wins, and this ties with Solstice.
Pretty much.
All right, and we have a special comment. We have a special comment, by the way.
Oh,
Special couple comments, actually.
Wow. All
We
right.
have the Beer
wow.
Patrol. We have the Beer Patrol saying, "Love you guys, and not surprised by the ratings. Fantastic beer, sons."
You must have heard us saying coconut about this beer.
yeah.
He is the
coconut.
He is the coconut whisperer. And then he goes on to say the lack of professionalism by Nick, as is concerning his lack of vegetable consumption.
Oh my
Yeah.
God! Yes.
From you, Hertz.
I mean, he speaks the truth, man.
Now we need
He's
to
showing
find
the
out
love
if
from the
Joe's gonna
grave.
join us. Is Joe going to join us on the after chat or what?
We hope.
He's probably at work.
We need more. We need to add more professionalism. And yeah, he's probably at work.
I mean, he's not wrong, Nick. You could have bought that yogurt and beet and dill dip, but you didn't do it.
Yeah, get that dildo.
That dildo.
Yeah, you're just a dill. You're just a dillweed.
Dillweed.
Dillweed sucks.
Yeah, it really does.
I'm still stuck here looking to see if I can find the sheet we did on Roquefort 10.
And then now you're saying Beer Patrol account hacked by Paul.
It didn't beat any of these beers next, though.
Okay. Yeah,
It doesn't matter. What we're gonna close
that was the first anniversary of BA 101. I think
Ended virtual puppet
our
ass.
second. We did Thomas Hardy's for last year, didn't we?
Oh shit! I think we did. No, wait.
I don't think that was highest. That was a high score because I think Redbeard brought that one down
Yeah, Redbeard shit on that one.
because it was the barley
I
wine.
think.
Yours is weekend
No,
at
I
Joey's.
think you're right.
Or was it Chris?
No.
No, Chris will
God.
I will tell you, in recent memory, the only beer I've had that I think could top any of these beers would be current Bourbon County, like the 16% ones. And maybe we can get some for Christmas and do them for next special occasion.
Yeah, here we go. This is the scores for Thomas Hardy, which is a real like old ale, like from Britain.
I don't.
That's a fantastic beer too.
That was a good beer, but it wasn't as good as
Started
it.
with a good beer, but nowhere near as good as this or any of the other ones we're talking about.
Yeah, that's
Well,
what Greg did on that one. Greg did
You're not
shit.
comparing apples to apples though at this stage. With that.
Yeah,
We got some comments from Teku Murray.
yeah. We kind of mentioned them while you were doing stuff. But he says, Beer Patrol account hacked by Paul, handed virtual puppet ass weekend at Joey's.
You want to? Okay, completely non-related, and I don't want to drag this on, but it says weekend at Joey's, which was funny because there was a baseball team that put up a cardboard cutout of the
Yes.
weekend at Bernie's, and they put it in their crowd, and it was the fucking funniest fucking thing.
See,
I've
it
seen.
was the Kansas City Royals, I think it was that game.
What is that? Who it was? I can't remember. I saw it, and I was just like, "That's fucking brilliant." He just has it's like sitting there. Oh.
And we have in the chat Violent by Design saying, "Hey guys."
Hey,
Hi.
Mo.
What's up, bud?
Hey, buddy.
What's
Hey,
up?
we got 6 viewers right now.
Right at the end. Before the after show. Which we should maybe wrap this up. It's 9 o'clock. Let's do it.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah,
get,
probably
We're just waiting for the question. though.
I was asked the magic question, and it doesn't really matter because lacking in professional as I am, thank you for that, Joe. We haven't really decided on what next week's beer actually is.
is it Grolsch Radler?
We actually can't get it, so
I could.
You can. Are you sure you can't get it? Because that is my favorite Radler of all time.
Can you get it?
You know what? Here's the thing. The thing that was holding me back is my lack of time to get into St. Catharines to get one.
It's probably a Fairview Mall, most likely.
It is, but here's the thing. We can talk about this offline, but
Yeah. Well, Greg's got
It doesn't
one.
jive.
I've got one.
I don't have one. I can purchase one.
Okay. Well, Ashley has to go 20 kilometers to get one, which she totally can do.
Jesus, Nick, not everyone has a fuel-efficient vehicle.
Oh, come on! Just to go to my nearest liquor store, I have to drive 10 kilometers.
Yeah, but we live in civilization.
Shut up!
Greg wins.
I'm further away from my nearest liquor store than Lee is.
Wow, that was
But I haven't
rude of you to like. Why are you comparing yourself to Lee? Like that's so rude.
Jesus, what's your favorite Slipknot album?
Leave him alone, Yort. You fucking bully.
Yeah, so I guess at this point it'll be to be decided what next week's beer is. But I want to thank everybody for watching. I'm out of beer. I need to get another one.
Oh
And,
shit!
oh shit! I'm out of barley wine. I don't want to get
I
my
drank mine too, sons.
Next
That's it. Like that's the big thing about Sucaba is it's so good. It's so smooth and so lack of booziness to it. It goes down so easy, and for something this expensive and this heavy, that's insane. It
Yeah, I'm
deserves a
switching
rating.
to fucking light beer after this.
I can't say I blame you. All right, so
Ash, you're gonna have to go to Niagara Falls for that Gross Radler.
I'm looking at it right now. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't get it either. It's like actually not available anymore in the SLC.
It's a summer. Pretty much stuff.
oh, it's either that or we'll pick something else.
Well, Chris, are you working next week?
I don't. I'm on vacation this week, so I don't even know what my shift is next week. I should be on days, so I should be available, but we'll see.
I was gonna say we all have a certain old man beer that we could use. Oh, sorry, you.
That's the one we could
I
do.
still got it.
Man, you were
I haven't drank it yet.
The gnome did piss on it, though.
All day.
all right. So I guess we're good. All right. So I want to thank Rainy on your parade, especially. Thank Jamie. Tech Murray's in the chat. Joe, nice seeing you again in the comments too. I'd love to see you again live. And Violent
Jamie.
Light, for sure. Thanks for coming in. Thanks, Ashley. Thanks, Lee. Thanks, Chris. And thanks, Greg, for popping on.
And Rainy on your parade, that's not a bad idea. We'll talk.
What's his? I can't see that.
BYOB Rattler. He says BYOB Rattler.
That's not a bad idea. We
That's
can do
not
that.
a bad idea. Yeah, let's do that.
All right, let's do that. BYOB
Done.
Rattler. That's our next week's beer.
Yay!
Yeah, raining on your parade. Bring your own beer.
All right, we're going offline. We'll talk.
Bud Light Radler, here we come.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Penis.
Penises. 3 penises.